So, today we're getting into something that, let's be honest, feels more and more relevant every single day. We're going to break down Sandy Hotchkiss's guide to navigating a world that can often feel, well, pretty self-absorbed. This is all about how to not just survive out there, but actually thrive.
Let's just start with this image, because it really gets to the heart of the whole thing. It perfectly captures this massive disconnect between how someone sees themselves and, well, reality. What do you do when the person you're dealing with looks in the mirror and sees this powerful tiger, but what you're seeing is something completely different?
And it all kicks off with a feeling I think we've all had. You know that day, that frustrating feeling like you're the only one thinking about anyone else, and you're just navigating a world of people living in their own little bubbles?
Right. So the book's point is that this isn't just you having a bad day or being unlucky. Nope, it's a pattern. And once you see it, you start seeing it everywhere.
I mean, Hotchkiss starts with these examples that are almost painfully real, right? The coworker who casually dumps a huge project on you at 5 p.m. on a Friday. The spouse who complains about what's for dinner after you've had an exhausting day. Or, the parent who somehow makes their problem your emergency. It's that pileup of little things that tells you something bigger is going on.
So let's be super clear on what we're talking about. This isn't just someone being confident or having high self-esteem. Not at all. The book defines unhealthy narcissism as this pattern built on three things: feeling superior to everyone else, a serious lack of empathy, and, this is the big one, viewing other people not as people, but as, well, as tools to get what they want.
Okay, so we know what it feels like day to day, but how do you really spot the underlying pattern? This is where Hotchkiss gives us this brilliant framework. She calls it the 7 deadly sins of narcissism, and you can think of it as your field guide for identifying this behavior.
That's right, 7. 7 core behaviors that, when you see them together, paint a really clear picture. Let's dig into a few of the most important ones, because seeing how they connect is a real eye-opener.
Now, what's so fascinating here is how these all feed off each other. That arrogance, it's not real confidence. It's actually a cover for really fragile self-esteem. And that insecurity is what fuels the envy. They have to tear down anyone who has something they don't, which of course leads right to exploitation. I mean, if other people are just objects, then using them is no big deal. And the glue holding it all together? Poor boundaries. That core belief that you aren't a separate person, you're just part of their story.
And listen, she uses the word deadly for a very good reason. This isn't just annoying behavior, it's toxic. It actively eats away at the self-worth of the people around them. It gets in your head and can leave you feeling totally drained, confused, and just less than.
Which brings us to the million-dollar question, right? If this stuff is so common, what in the world are you supposed to do about it? After all, this is a survival guide.
And this is where things get really practical. This is the part about taking your power back. Hotchkiss lays out 4 key strategies, real, actionable things you can do to protect yourself. The roadmap here is actually really straightforward. First, you got to know yourself. Understand your own values, your own buttons, so you know what you're protecting. Second, accept reality. This one's tough. It means letting go of the hope that they'll change and just seeing them for who they are right now. Third, set boundaries. This is your practical defense system. And finally, cultivate reciprocal relationships. Basically, put your energy into people who give back, who fill your tank instead of draining. Now, of those 4, we're really going to zoom in on number 3, boundaries. Because according to the book, this is your absolute superpower. This is how you start to take back control of your own life. And this just lays it out so clearly. Healthy boundaries? They're all about respect. You have a right to your own privacy, your own time, and you absolutely have the right to say no. Violated boundaries, on the other hand, feel like an invasion. It's the constant unsolicited advice, someone reading your texts, or acting like they're entitled to your time whenever they want. So here's the key takeaway. You have to forget about trying to control them. That's a losing battle. The book says when you set a boundary, there's only one word you need to remember: control. But it's your control over your space, your choices, and your own peace of mind. And this, right here, is a total game changer. You're not trying to change them. You're not giving them an ultimatum. You are simply deciding what you will and will not allow in your life for the sake of your own well-being. The focus is all on you.
So in the end, the most powerful message in the whole book is that this is a guide for you. It puts the power and, frankly, the responsibility for protecting your own sanity right back where it belongs, in your hands.
Which brings us all the way back to where we started. Surviving isn't about trying to convince the cat that it's not a tiger. It's about you seeing the reality.
It's about you recognizing what you're actually dealing with and then deciding how you want to act on your own terms.
So we'll leave you with the challenge the book poses. This isn't about flipping your whole life upside down tomorrow. It's about one small step. So, what is one boundary, no matter how small, that you can set today, right now, to get a little piece of your peace back?